Hey guys, it's Pastor Dwayne here. So today we're looking at the Berean Standard version. This is the second printing of this Bible. We reviewed the first one a little while ago, and now we've got the second one here to take a look at. So let's go ahead and see what we got here. So in taking a look at this Bible, I'm going to do something. Let's get that out of there. There we go. I'm going to grab the old one here, the first printing, just so you can get an idea, first of all, of size. You'll notice that the second printing is actually significantly smaller. You're looking at about 3/4 of an inch on the outside and about a ½ inch there, top and bottom, or I should say ½ inch on the bottom there. So it is a little bit more manageable. I mean, those don't sound like big numbers, but the volume is definitely a little more handier. Now, the first thing you're going to notice here is the cover on this is the Tosca Cowhide Merlot. Now, I don't know if the T is silent in that. Maybe I should look that up. What is Merlot anyway? But you're going to see there's perimeter stitching all around. Okay, all around the edge there, all around to the back. You're going to see the spine. You've got gold stamping, a Holy Bible, and Berean Standard Bible with a couple tooled in hubs there. And then if you take a look at the inside, you will see that it is a paste down liner. Okay, both front and back, obviously. Now also, we'll take a look at the yellow headbands here. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but this is a Smith sewn block. Now, the really cool thing about these Bibles specifically is if you don't like any of the cover options, there is an option on their website to purchase just the text block. So if you like to have your own books rebound, you don't have to get it rebound. You can just get the block and get it originally bound. You can get it bound. That's kind of a neat option. I don't think I've seen that option available really anywhere. Now, just looking on their website here, you're going to get some initial details of the volume. So you're going to notice it's on 39 GSM paper. That compares with the older printing. The first printing is a bit thicker. I think it was a 45 GSM. And you're going to notice that if you have the two and you're comparing them, you're going to see there's a little bit more ghosting on this edition. But they were able to cut down the thickness of the block by doing that. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you've got about, I would say, 1/4 to a ½ inch of difference there between the two. But yeah, so flipping it open, you're going to come to your title page. And there's your all your information there, the table of contents. And you're going to see that this is printed in the USA. So for those of you who like a locally printed or somewhat locally printed Bible, this is your guy. The preface is really good to read. I pointed this out, and not much has changed from the original printing. Okay, they have a very unique licensing, or not really unique. I would say more generous licensing. So you can even take 200 printed copies of this. Like I don't know what the specific things would that be, but you know how most Bible publishers will have a copyright that says you can use so many verses from a book, but you can't use the whole book or any more than half the book, that kind of licensing. This one is a little bit different. Let me just read it. So the BSB text may be quoted in any form, written, visual, audio, or electronic, up to 2,000 verses without written permission of the publisher. Also without requirement of written permission, you are free to make up to 200 copies of any portion of this text or the full text itself for personal use or free distribution in a church, ministry, or setting. Right? I could see that being really handy if you wanted to, print out an entire Bible. And I don't know if it'd probably be cheaper just to buy a few Bibles and to do that. But if you wanted to do that, you could. Like they're being, in my opinion, fairly generous with the copyright. So they have a set of footnotes in the text, and you're going to see right here how they've abbreviated the references. So you're going to see the Nestle Allen text, the SBL text from the Editio Critica Maior, which is surprising. I'm surprised to see that. That's great. And then Westcott and Hort, the Byzantine text, the Greek Orthodox, the TR. So all those for checking the New Testament text. You're going to see those in the footnotes, and we'll get there. And then some Old Testament resources. They do the same thing with the Dead Sea Scrolls, the Hebrew Masoretic text, the Septuagint, and then the Samaritan Pentateuch. That's it. And then we get right into the text. Now, if you think the inside of the text looks familiar, it absolutely does, because this Bible shares the same pagination as the first edition. So page 300 in here is going to be the same as page 300 in the first edition. Same pagination, it's just been shrunk down just a little bit to meet the smaller form factor. So what you're going to get is you're going to get the same text in double column format. You'll have your headers in bold, and then some headers will contain some references in there. And those are the only references that you're going to see. Some headers have them and some headers don't. You don't get the like big list of references in the center or in the bottom. But what you do get in the bottom are footnotes that show you differences within the manuscripts cited. If we flip over to the New Testament, the one thing you're going to notice here is that the words of Christ are not in red. We have a black letter text here. This is a pretty straightforward text. It's not crowded. It's not like in your face. There's references there to help you out in any studies. But it's a clean text. And to be honest, I could see this being a text that you're going to sit and read through larger portions. Now, again, you're going to be looking at a 9.5 font. It is not line matched. So you're going to see a bit of ghosting, and the paper is a bit thinner, 39 GSM. Than from the original printing. So again, the ghosting in it is going to be a little bit more, but I don't find it distracting. And I'll just show you on the camera here. I'll pull that up really close so you can see. It really isn't all that bad. Now, I did have a little bit of a chuckle because obviously I checked this out online, and one of the key points that they had listed on their site was they had this text is a 9.5 Cambria font printed on a high quality 39 GSM thin coat plus paper. It's nice paper, high quality. That's right. And it says this is also ideal for highlighting and note taking. Now, I don't doubt that the paper is really good for highlighting, and the paper may be really good for note taking, but the issue with this is that there really are no margins to take notes. You've got maybe a 3/4 inch margin on the top and about a 1/2 inch on the bottom, depending on how many notes are there. So yeah, you're likely not going to use this to take notes. I mean, there's some pages that have a little bit more white space than others. But again, probably not the Bible you're going to be using to write notes in. Maybe highlight and underline and stuff, and maybe put a few little words in there. But no, this is not going to replace any wide margins or anything like that. We're going to bring ourselves to the end of the book. We've got some tables of weights and measures just to give you a perspective on what the biblical weights actually mean in a modern weight format. And then that is the end of the text block. So there you have it. And I almost forgot. This Bible comes with 3 ribbons. Let's take a look at those. So we've got 3 gold ribbons. Okay, and these again are double-sided high quality satin ribbons. And again, they're all cross cut, diagonal cut. That's it. They're all diagonal cut. And you can see there's no fringing or anything like that. We got a good set here. Now you're probably thinking, Dwayne, you focus a lot on the Textus Receptus and the Byzantine text and the majority text. And that is true. That is true. I typically don't reference, or I typically don't take a look at critical text translations. It's mostly because my conviction is, for the most part, that the best text that we have is going to be a Byzantine majority type text. So the reason why I wanted to show you this one is because I really like what BibleHub is doing. I use BibleHub just about every week when I'm preparing sermons and when I'm doing my own studies. But the other thing that BibleHub is doing is they are looking at creating a majority text translation, which is going to be essentially the same type of translation you have here, just keyed to the majority text instead. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that. Now, I know they're going to produce it digitally and put it online, but I'm really hoping that we can generate enough interest to have them release the majority text translation in a printed format, just like this. So I'm especially excited to see that. And when that comes out, you bet I will be reaching out to BibleHub and be saying, hey, come on, let's talk about it. I want to know all about your process of putting together this majority text. So I can't wait to see that. And just so you all know, I'm not receiving any kickbacks from this. I'm nothing like that. The only thing is they've sent me this copy for review and I get to keep this. So with that being said, where can you get it? You can get it right on the BibleHub website. And right now, the genuine leather Tosca Cowhide Merlot is currently available for $89.99. And you can get that from the Berean Study Bible website. Now, I called it Berean Study Bible probably a few times in here, but it's called the Berean Standard Bible now. And I'm glad they did, because Study Bible communicates something other than what it is. I'm glad they changed that. So yeah, that's the new printing of the Berean Standard Bible. I like it. The one of these days we will do an analysis on the translation itself. I think I might wait until the majority text translation comes out, because I'm really interested to see that. Anyway, brothers and sisters, I hope you enjoyed this and found it insightful and useful. And until next time, we'll see you around.